Hi everyone, welcome back for another fun tutorial, and this time I picked some gorgeous beads and I'm making this summer fun bracelet. These are individual components used. I'm using the brand new Rivoli colors, and there's only 5 colors that came out for summer, and these are by Swarovski, of course, and I'm using the Gemduos in this, as well as the 5 colors that are in the Swarovski new line of Rivolis. This one here is called Light Coral. This one here is called Summer Blue, Peony Pink, Mint Green, and Azure Blue. These are the colors that I have in stock in my store, and they come in packs of 4. So as you can see, I pulled some out, and you get 4 to a pack. So you can use these to make, I'm going to be doing my next tutorial showing you how to make earrings, and I am going to make a necklace, but I'm waiting on some chain to come in, so I have some in stock in the store in case you want to purchase the same chain that I use for these. But I'm not going to let these go to waste, that's for sure. I am using all 5 colors in my bracelet, as you can see, all 5 of them. That is definitely not going to make a long enough bracelet, so I'm going to start all over again with the Azure Blue and the Mint Green, and I'm probably going to have to put 3 more on at least to make it about that, because as you can see, this is very short. But it is so pretty. I can't even begin to tell you how sparkly that is. So, like I said, there's 5 colors. These are amazing. They are not the foiled back. They have a coating on the back of them, and that is the front of them. They're just stunning. These colors, I can't even begin to tell you how much more beautiful they are in person than what you probably see on the pictures. So for this, I am using 5 colors of the Rivolis. They come in 12 and 14 millimeter. These are the 12 millimeters, okay? So they do come in 14s, and I do have the 14s except for the Azure Blue. For some reason, they weren't in stock, and they are back in stock. So I'm finally I was able to order some, so they're just not in quite yet. So all 5 colors I have in the 12 millimeter. I made sure I stocked up on those. I am using Miyuki Galvanized Rose 11.0. That's the seed bead I've been using, and so far I've used that much of the tube. I am using the new Gemduo in Crystal Labrador Full, and it's an 8-gram tube. All of this stuff is in my store, so the links will be below in the show more box. And you're probably, if you're going to make earrings or necklace, you're going to use way more than just 1 tube of each. I'm also using 4 millimeter Preciosa Crystal AB, and I believe there's only 31 pieces per strand, and I'm on my 2nd strand, so you're definitely going to need 2 strands for your bracelet. I'm using again my 3.5 mil, Montees, and they come in a pack of 50, okay, like this. I do have the Preciosa Rose Montees with the crisscross backs in stock on Crystal AB color. So I used the Crystal Montee in between to join each one of them. So that's giving it another boost of sparkle, believe me. I'm also going to be using Potomac Crystal Cup Button in Crystal Labrador Full as well to match the Gemduos. And these are also in our store. The link is below for this. And that's it. That's pretty much all I'm using in this bracelet, other than, oh, and Fireline. And I have the size 10 Pony Beading needles in stock in my store. I will link them. I also have Fireline coming in. It's just not here yet. Again, delayed. Okay, so I am going to get started right away here. I'm going to dump some more of these. I love this color rose. It just seems to go with each and every single one of these crystals. The rose color, just the galvanized rose, is just stunning. Okay, and we are going to dump out some Gemduos. Don't have enough here. I've already got about 1.5 yards, or no, about a yard or so of fireline already on my needle, size 10 beading needle. Okay, I'm going to set that one aside. And you're going to pick up your Gemduos. These look like diamond duos, but they're not. You're going to make sure you pick up 8 of them, but pick them up all the same way. And there's a reason for it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So you're going to pick up 1 11-0 and you're going to go through. So if these are facing me this way, as you can see, they're facing me this way, go through the top hole and make sure they're upside right, like that. Okay? Go through the top hole. Pick up an 11-0, a Gemduo, 11-0, a Gemduo, 11-0, Gemduo, 11-0, Gemduo, 11-0, Gemduo, 11-0, Gemduo, 11-0, and Gemduo. Okay, because we started with an 11-0, you don't have to end with one, all right? So bring that down to the end here, and we're going to run our needle through all these beads again, making a ring. Leave yourself a little tail. I highly recommend that. It's really hard to go through the bottom of these beads here now to tie this off, but we did tie a knot in there. I highly recommend leaving a nice long piece and burning it and making a big huge bubble, so there's no way of that pulling out. And I will show you. Try not to tie this super duper tight, so you don't have to leave a super long tail. So you're just going to run through all these beads again, and they're kind of awkward. Make sure you don't miss any. Okay, and we are done. All right. Now you're going to tie a nice little knot, but don't tie it so tight that you're not going to get through that ring of beads around the bottom here again. So make sure you just tie a nice little knot. That's all. Nothing tight, because you need to work your way through these beads again, and if the knot's too tight, you're going to have a hard time. Okay? All right. So I'm working from the front of my Gemduos. Just going to tuck the tail in behind me. I'm coming out of an 11-0. So what you want to do, here, let me come up a wee bit more. Okay, so you can really see what I'm doing. Hopefully the lighting is good. You can see me. No shadows. Alright, so I'm just going to weave through a Gemduo and a seed bead. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I want to get away from that knot. Okay, now you're going to pick up 3 11-0s on your needle. You're coming out here, you're just going to make a circle and try to stay on the top of your Gemduos like that. And make a circle. And pull it out of your hand like that too. So you make like this kind of tiny little picot. Now you need to get into that. You see there's 4 beads in the ring. You need to be at this top of the picot, so into that middle bead there. So go through the side bead. Pull it tight into this top bead. Okay, like that. And then you're going to pick up 3 more 11-0s. And you're going to make another circle, like so. Now this next step here, as you made 2 picots now. You don't have to go through these again, but I suggest you do. You know me, I like to reinforce. I'm not even gonna make a joke about it. You don't have to go through these again if you don't want to. If you want to be lazy, then be lazy and skip it and just go straight back down into your original first bead in between your Gemduos where we originally started. So I'm going to go down this side one here and back into this 11-0 and into the Gemduo. So try to catch both if you can and give that a good tight pull. So now you have this, and it's sitting on the top of your Gemduos. So now you're going to skip one of the 11-0, so you're going to go through that 11-0 and out the next Gemduo. And like I said, if you make such a tight knot, you're going to have a hard time getting in between these spaces. And you want to be exiting out of the next 11-0, like that, okay? So it's going to be every second 11-0, you're going to do 2 picots. So pick up 3 11-0s, go through your 11-0 making a circle, like so, and then go up that side bead and into the top bead, pulling it nice and tight. Pick up 3 more and go back through. Well, I feel like I have the shakes this morning. And I am going through these all again. Like I said, you don't have to, but it just helps tighten it up too somewhat. So, alright, I'm just working my way back down into these picots, pulling everything nice and tight. Keep making sure everything looks like picots. Down into the side, into the 11-0, and into the Gemduo. Okay? So we're going to do this 2 more times. So into the 11-0, into the Gemduo, because you're going to skip one 11-0 in between your Gemduos, and you're going to get into this second one here, and you're going to do your 2 picots. So pick up 3, go through the 11-0. Doesn't want me to go through it. Okay, work your way back up to the top one, so it's through 2 beads, the side one and the top one, and pick up 3 more. Oops, make a circle and reinforce if you want to. Wow, I do have the shakes this morning. I'm battling an infection, so I'm on antibiotics. Alright, we're going back down again through the 11-0, the Gemduo, pulling this nice and snuggy tight, skipping this 11-0 and going into the next Gemduo, and into your last 11-0 and creating your 2 picots in your last 11-0. Okay, so pick up 3 11-0s, make a circle, and go through the side bead and the top bead. Pick up 3 more and create circle. Now this one here, you're just going to go all the way around and come back to the very top. So what you're going to do is just reinforce if you want, not forcing you to, but I do. I skip no steps no matter how long it takes. You're just better off to reinforce. It's like that good old saying, measure once or measure twice, cut once. Same thing. Oh, we got a little knot in our tail here too. Catch that before it gets big. Okay. Now, whoopsies, snagged. Give that a good tight pull. So I've gone through the entire picot up top, the top one. Now I'm going to go back up the side bead and I'm going to be exiting out of this top picot bead because we're done putting our picots in. So you want to be in this last bead you put, last picot you put in at the very top. Alright, now you should have 4 sets of 2 picots in between your Gemduos like that. Now you're going to pick up 3 11/0s. You're just going to go straight across into the next top picot like that. Okay? Just like that. Pick up 3 more. Go across into the next picot, the top one, the very tip of it. Pick up 3 more and into the top of this picot and pick up 3 more. Now be very careful when you're exiting into this last, after you put on your last 3, because I've caught that side bead by accident. Make sure you go into that, you look and make sure that that's the bead you are coming out of it and not snagging this side bead like this. I done it and it looked very wonky and very noticeable. So whatever you do, pay close attention to that when you get to that last bead. So you want to kind of open this up and drop your Rivoli in the center of it. Pull it nice and tight. And now you're just going to go around and around and around till you pull it so tight that when you let your finger go off of the crystal and your thread go, nothing moves. Okay? So you're just going to have to keep going around until you get this thread nice and snuggy tight. I would say 2 to 3 times will do it. Getting a knot in that. Oopsies. Okay. Give it a good tight pull and it should snug up right nicely over top of your Rivoli like that. Okay? But still keep going. I don't trust it. I can still see my thread. So I'm saying you're going to have to go through 3 times and call it a day. For sure. So there's my 3 times around. Like so. Now you're going to give it a super good tight pull so that that clinches right snugly over top of your Rivoli like so. Alright, so we are done with that. Now you want to be exiting out of any one of these groups of 3 but in the middle beads. So go through 2 beads, not all 3 of them. These are the 3 beads that you just put on. So you want to be exiting out of that very middle bead here. Okay? You're going to pick up 2 11/0s, a 4mm crystal, and 2 11/0s. Now I'm coming down here where the Gemduos are. As you can see, I'm exiting on this side of the bead. So you want to go into the Gemduo on this side like that. Okay? Exiting on this side, you're going to exit like that. So you're dropping that crystal in there. Then you're going to pick up an 11/0, a 4mm crystal, an 11/0, and you're just going to go right straight into the next Gemduo like that, placing your crystal there like that. Now you're going to pick up 2 11/0s, a 4mm crystal, and 2 11/0s. Now you're coming out of your Gemduo here. Here's your group of 3 that you put on. You want to go into the middle bead like that. Whoopsies. Okay, so you're coming out of your Gemduo here. Here's your group of 3. You want to go into the middle bead like this. Okay, and pull that. Placing your crystal there. Pick up 2 more 11-0s. Now you're going to go back down into the bicone only, like that. It's a little loose, but it'll tighten up. Pick up 2 more 11-0s. Alright, and exit into the Gemduo that way. Keep continuously going around and give it a good tight pull. Alright, so now you've placed your crystal in there like that. Alright, so now we are between our Gemduo here, so you're going to pick up 1 11-0, a 4mm crystal, and 1 11-0, and you're going to go right through into the next Gemduo, like so. Okay, placing it there. Pick up 2 11-0s, a 4mm crystal. I love these Preciosa crystals. And 2 11-0s. Okay? Here's your group of 3 beads that you put on in the middle up here. Go through the center bead, like so. Placing your crystal there, and pick up 2 11-0s. Drop down into the crystal, and 2 11-0s, and into your Gemduo. Okay? Pick up 11-0. A 4mm crystal, an 11-0, and go into the next Gemduo. Now you're going to pick up 2 11-0s, a crystal, and 2 11-0s on your needle. You're going to come back up in here into your group of 3 here that you put on top of your Rivoli, and you're going to go into that middle bead. Pick up 2 more 11-0s. Drop back down into the 4mm crystal, like so. Pick up 2 more 11-0s, and exit through the Gemduo like that. Okay? And give it a good tight pull. Now you're going to pick up an 11-0, a 4mm crystal, and an 11-0. And you're going to go into your Gemduo. Now, you can see where you started. You only got one side of this done here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to pick up 2 11-0s. You're going to go back up into your 4mm crystal, like so. Okay, and you're going to pick up 2 11-0s. And you're going to go back into this 11-0 in the 3 that you put on top. And pull that. Give it a good tight pull, like so. And now you want to be back down here, so you're just going to go right back down the other side through the 2 11-0s, through the crystal and the 2 11-0s at the bottom. Okay. Now we're going to stick an 11-0, and we're actually reinforcing the bottom at the same time. You're going to go through the Gemduo, the 11-0 and the crystal, the 11-0 and the Gemduo only. Or no, the Gemduo and 1 more 11-0. Now this here you'll be exiting where you put your full 4mm fire polish going up. Okay, up the side of your component. Now I'm exiting out of the Gemduo. You want to go into that very first 11-0. Not the other one. You're going to pick up an 11-0, and you're going to go right across into this next 11-0 that way. Okay, and into the Gemduo, and you're going to give it a good tight pull, and then you'll see your 2 beads here, and there's 3 beads here sitting below your crystal. Now you're going to go into the 11-0, the crystal, and the 11-0, into the Gemduo, and into the first crystal, or first 11-0, sorry. First 11-0. And it's really hard to do coming out of the Gemduo, so I don't even bother. I just go through the Gemduo and give it a good tight pull, like so, and then exit into that first 11-0. And this is only where your crystal is. Pick up an 11-0, go straight across into the next 11-0 and into the Gemduo, and give that a good tight pull, and make sure all your beads are sitting nicely like that. And then go through the 11-0, the crystal 11-0, exit into your Gemduo, wow, and out of an 11-0. I did it. Okay, now pick up an 11-0, go across, hook the next bead where you have the 2 from the crystal, go into the Gemduo, and place your 11-0 between those ones. Make sure they're all sitting nicely here. Did I skip something here? Oh, I did. Like, you can see your mistake right away when you make a mistake. You can see it. So let me get, oops, what did I do here now? Okay, time to just take the needle off instead of farting around with that. And now my needle has a knot. There we go, we got it out. So let me just pull this bead off because I am definitely not in the right spot. And let's rethread the needle. My needle's so bent, I gotta get a new one. It's gonna drive me crazy. I do sell these needles too, guys, in a pack of 25 for size 10 and a pack of 6 for size 12. Now, exit in that 11-0 like I should have been in the first place, and then pick up your 11-0. Okay? And exit out of your Gemduo. Placing, there we go, now they're sitting nice and neatly. So you have 2 on top, 3 in the bottom. Now go through the 11-0, the crystal, and 11-0. And this will be your last one you got to put on, so go through the Gemduo and into that 11-0 here. Okay? And you'll see there is a gap between these ones where the crystal is. Pick up an 11-0, go across into the next 11-0 and into the Gemduo, like so. And now there is your whole beaded component all done. Is that not beautiful? Alright, so you need to get into this first 3 beads here, so just go straight across into the 11-0 and the bicone and the 11-0. Now go straight across into the Gemduo, and you might have to come out at the back. Yes, it's easier than trying to come out the front. And then go right through these first group of 3 11-0s. So go right through all 3 of them like that. Okay? And that's where you want to be exiting. Could be any one of these groups of 3s, it doesn't matter. Alright, so now we're going to attach this to our bracelet. So I attach each component as I go. I've got these on because I haven't bothered to cut them yet. So again, you can use whatever bead you want to join it, but I'm using the Montees because I absolutely love these box Montees. They're cheap, but they're gorgeous. So you're going to pick up 2 11-0s. You're going to pick up one of your box Montees, 2 11-0s. Now, remember the side you're coming out of. So line this up. You're coming out on this side of the Montee, or the Montee, your component. You want to pick your bracelet up and go through this way, or sorry, you want to go through this way. You want to be exiting the same way. So your threads coming is all through those. You want to put your needle through all 3 of them 3 of them, and be exiting the same way that thread is exiting. So let me put my needle in here, go through all 3. Okay, so you can see it's kind of like on an X, ready to begin an X. Alright, now you're going to pick up 2 more 11-ohs, and you're going to make sure you go through your Montee with it standing up. The crystal has to be up. Go through the other side of your Montee like that. Okay. Now, pick up 2 more 11-ohs, and now you're just going to go right back through. You're coming out over here, you're going to go right back through all 3 of these 11-ohs, like so. See? And now you're going to go ahead and reinforce this 3 times, minimum 3 times. Okay? Because it's a join there, and that's where you want it to be really nice and snuggy tight. So pick your work up, go through it, and make sure you pick up that Montee and go through it 3 times, giving it a good tight pull every time you pull your thread. Go through all 3 beads, pulling it tight. Go through these 2 and the other side of the Montee. This is the side I always have a problem with, and I don't know. I guess because it's left-handed. I don't know. There we go. Or left side, and I'm right-handed. Makes a huge difference. Okay. So, through the 2 seed beads, through the 3, and we're going to go through this entire unit again. This entire join again. Okay? So why does this look funky to me? I don't know. Maybe because I didn't pull this tight enough. I don't know. So make sure you catch that Montee, because I've gone through it and made it look like I caught the Montee, and it went right underneath the Montee, the thread. So make sure you don't do that, guys. Through all 3 beads. Okay. And now last but not least, we are almost, see how easy it is to just go through the bottom and think you went through it? Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Or flip it over, it might be easier. There we go. Oh, look, I snagged one of the seed beads. Let's see if I can snag both. I did. Alright, now you've gone through 3 times. So exit out of that 3rd bead, pulling it all nice and tight so it's all nicely joined like that. And it's super easy to join your components. But you want to work your way back up to the very top here, because this is where you want to tie your knots. You don't want to tie them down here or anywhere in here, because that's where you're going to be going through. As you can see, you're going to go through several times here. This looks wonky because that bead looks a little bit like I missed it. But I didn't. That looks fine. Okay. So we're coming out of this bead here. Work your way back up through your crystal. So go up through that next top 11-oh and the crystal. Into these 2. Make sure you stay on the right side. And then into your 3 beads, and then you can start tying off at the very top. So I'm just going to tie double knot in between seed beads on top like this, pulling it nice and tight, and then I'm going to go through these 3, 4, and tie another knot here. It's just much easier to tie a knot on top than it is to try and go through some of those tight areas in this bracelet. So of course I gotta wrap that. So I like to wrap my thread twice, my needle in my, oh, that's hooked on something. Good. Okay. Go through these 4, I guess. Yep. And tie a 3rd knot. You can tie as many knots as you want, but I'm just going to tie 3. 1 and 2 loops, and be careful when you pull it, you don't snag the bead in the wrong spot. And then go through some beads. So I'm just going to exit out of these 4 here. Going to leave me a little tail, about that long, because I am going to burn that. And there is 5 components done in this gorgeous summer bracelet. And as you can see, it is way too short for me. I need at least 2 more components. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to complete 2 more using, I'm going to repeat from here. So this is the summer blue and the peony pink. I will be making 2 more components there, attaching them on here. Then I'll come back and we'll show you how to put your cup button on. I don't know, I want to do something a little different with the cup button. It's all going to depend how much length I'm going to get. So let's see, that is, let's see how long this is right now. So it is only 5.5 inches long. Okay, I want an 8-inch bracelet, so 2 more components, which will be this length here. So 5.5. So 2 more components, 1, 2, and this one is about 2 1/4 inches. So 5.5. So 5.5 is here, 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so my cup button, I have to put on nice and snug in here so that the bracelet isn't too big. Okay. Oh, I just love this, guys. Really, really love this. This is just stunning. So again, I'm going to go off. I'm going to make another summer blue, this color here. So pretty, these beads. I can't get over how gorgeous those are. And a gorgeous peony pink. And again, all the links are below. And the material quantities for a size 8 bracelet. And you'll have all of these will be below. Sorry, I shouldn't cut myself off like that. The quantities, the amount that I used for each one of these components is below. So let me tell you that right now. You need 1 Rivoli. You need about, I don't know, half gram, maybe a little more than half a gram of 11/0 seed beads. You're going to need 12 4mm fire polish and 8 Gemduos, just for 1 component. So you can times that by however many components you need to make to fit your wrist. Okay, so like I said, this here is 5.5 inches. Yep, there's the 1/2 inch mark there, and you can't get any more precise than that. Move it down here. So there's the 1/2 inch mark. Alright, whoops. Pulling that. Anyway, I'm going to go make those 2. I'll come back when I'm done. And again, if you want to go grab some of these gorgeous colors of these, I'm definitely going to make earrings. And I'm going to make earrings out of one that I have the most of. So I love the mint green. I think the mint green might go good, and the necklace I might do with the remainder of them. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to do components for the necklace because the necklace will sit lovely like that. The only thing is we have to, I want to make the necklace with 5, 1 of each of the components. But in here, we need to join this pull this together like that so it sits in a V like this. And then I want chain to hang off the rest. I don't want it to be this big long gaudy necklace. And I am going to show you on the next tutorial how to make the earrings and how to make the necklace. I will have a way figured out like this with each of the components made. And don't worry if you don't get it this time around for the components. I'll do one component on each tutorial. But I just think this is a stunning, stunning summer set to wear with, you know, pretty much any one of these colors here are all kind of summer colors, you know. Couldn't get any more beautiful than that. So anyway, the only thing it's missing is a yellow, and I'm really surprised they didn't come out with a nice summer yellow, but hey. I'll be back in a few. Okay, so I'm back, and I only done one more component simply because one more is going to be way too big. So I'm just going to use a Montee. I'm going to make this same thing here as I did in this one, but I need to attach thread. So I'm just going to go anywhere in between these seed beads here and attach some thread here. So I've got new thread strung, and I'm just going to tie a knot right in between those beads there, and I'm going to wrap my thread twice, making sure I get right in the same spot. Okay, pull it tight. Okay, and wrap it 2 more times. 1, 2. All right. Now I need to work myself up to, now I need to get into this Gemduo where I just tied all these freaking knots. There we go. No problem. So you want to pull that knot in as much as you can, right through. I'm going to go through the crystal and the seed bead and the crystal here, but I'm going to stop and tie a knot. Okay. I'm just going to do a half hitch knot, wrapping my thread twice, like so. Alright, and then I'm going to go right straight across and exit out of those 3 on the end there. Now I need to just kind of move them so I can see the needle, make sure it's not snagging in anything. Now I'm going to trim this off, and this is how I've done all of it, is I left a nice long tail like that, about that long, and I burnt it with a lighter all the way to there. Tucked it underneath, pushed it underneath, and now it has disappeared. Alright, now let's get into these 3 beads here on the very end. Okay. Now, in order to do, so I'm going to use one of the Potomac Crystal Labrador full cut buttons, just because I want to stay within the color theme. I'm going to pick up 2 11/0s, a Montee, two 11/0s, my cup button, and I'm going to pick up an 11/0, a crystal, an 11/0, and put it on the end of the cup button. Went down into the other hole of the cup button. Okay. Now you want to pick up 2 11/0s, and you want to go through the second hole of your Montee. Wait, I want to be going this way. So make sure you go the right way. Okay, and then pick up 2 more, and then back through your 3, and then you're going to reinforce it. So that's going to give me a little extra added length on my bracelet. So now we're going to go right through all of these 3 times. Up through the cut button, and make sure you snag the seed bead. If you're familiar with cut buttons, if you don't pick up that, get that seed bead, you're not going to get into it. And then you're going to drop down here. Okay, you're going to go through your Montee and your other 2 seed beads, like so, and then through these 3 on your bracelet. Okay, and give it a good tight pull. That is gorgeous. Now we're going to go through one more time. Boy, that's kind of tricky now because it's getting tighter. I want to make sure I'm coming out of the hole. Yep. Oops. We have a little nutsy. Into the cut button, up into the, whoops, I missed the seed bead. There we go. Into the crystal, and back down, and into the 2 seed beads at the bottom of your cut button. And into the next one, into your Montee, like so. And now you're going to go ahead and tie off in this one. And it doesn't matter if you tie off on the edge or go back in the top, but since you tied off your original component in there, I would just try and go through the bottom here. If you can get through that Gemduo, that's the tricky part. I'm just going to go through these 3 seed beads first. Okay, and then I'm going to go through the Gemduo. And something is definitely snagging it, so it's a bit finicky. There we go. And then begin tying off once you get past your crystal. I hate tying off at the crystals, but sometimes it's inevitable. Alright, so you're going to tie 2. You're going to go through your loop twice. Make sure you're tying off where you came out of. And then back into the Gemduo. Into some seed beads on the side. And let's see how far I can get without breaking anything. Well, it's only going to give me the 2 seed beads. It's really hard to go through a pack of beads when you're dealing with finished pieces. There we go. It's always something stopping, but be very careful so you don't break your any of your beads. So I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to tie another knot and then struggle to get through that last Gemduo. And I want to make sure I'm between the area where I'm doing this. I think that's the way I went, right? Nope. Oh yeah. Give it a good tight pull. And then work your way across. Let's seed beads. There we go. And by the looks of it, my needle went underneath. So I'm going to go across these 3 seed beads here, just to run my needle through some beads before I actually cut it and burn it. So I'm going to leave, a fair tail, and then I'm just going to make sure I burn just that, not any other threads, and tuck it inside, and you are good to go. Alright, so there is your cup button sewed on. So now we need to put a little bit of a loop on that. We are good to go. So on the other end, whoa, whoopsies, almost knocked that lamp over. So again, I am going to tie a knot between some beads here. Right between the Gemduo and a seed bead is where I want to tie a knot. Okay, and we'll do it again. 1, 2 wraps. Okay. And now you're going to get through the Gemduo, maybe, but yeah, not a problem. Pull the knot inside, and then go through your crystal, and I am definitely going to tie a knot right, half hitch knot right here. Whoops. Pull that all the way in, my loop. Okay. Go, and then straight across, getting into this Gemduo like so. So I've figured out a name for this, and I'm going to call it Summer Royalty Bracelet. So you probably all know that when you see the video. So pick up 2, a Montee, pick up 2, alright, so now we need to make it, adding, I think it's 26 beads, but let me just make sure. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. For some reason I don't think 26 is big enough, but who knows. I just want to make sure I have enough to fit that. Now, I don't like how small that loop is. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 maybe. 30 might be cutting it. Don't forget, you're going to put 2 extra beads on to go down into the Montee. So let me just, oh jeez. Alright, I'm going to pull this tight. I'm going to make a loop, and I'm going to make sure this cup button fits into that. Okay. I don't know. Yeah. Alright, so what you're going to do is, how did I get hooked on there? Pull that out of the claw. Shoot. It's stuck in there pretty good. I don't know how it got in there. There we go. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to those last 2 beads, and you're going to go up those last 2 beads, like so. making a loop, pulling your loop down tight, okay, and then you're going to go down these two beads here and you're going to kind of tighten these. It's okay, we're going to go through this again. Like to pull it nice and tight. Alright, and they're going to do that one. Well, we can do it again once we, let's see where we are. Here, I want to see, I want this to lay nice and flat. So put it down. We are coming out the right side. Okay, so pull that nice and tight. Like that. And go into your Montee. Okay, like that. Without snagging your thread. And pick up 2 more seed beads. And then go into your 3 on the base of your bracelet, like so. Okay? And pull that nice and tight. Now, what you want to do is double check to make sure that still fits over your cup button before you go any further. So pull it tight, hold it tight, and see if this works. And it fits over just perfectly. Okay? So, time to reinforce. First of all, let me cut this off. I'm leaving a nice long tail. And I'm going to burn it and make a little ball. Okay? Tuck that ball in underneath like so. And it will harden there. Okay, so now we're going to go back up through these. Back into the Montee. Back up into your seed beads. Like so. Pulling it nice and tight. And then just go through all your ring of beads here again. Okay? So coming out there. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So I put 30 beads, and that's not including the 2 that come after your Montee. Okay, so you put 2 in there, or these 2 here are counting for the 2 that are outside of each one of these on the Montee, okay? Alright, now, I just hope it fits. Let me try it on. Now, it's going to be a nice snug fit, which is perfect. Oh my God, perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my word, it's gorgeous. Love it. Alright. Oh, it feels nice too. Okay. Got some children fighting. Pull it tight into those 3 beads. Keep your work pulled nice and tight. And then go into here. And then go back through these again. So it's a 3rd time. So remember, I put 30, in all reality, there's 34 beads. 2 of them you're going to make into like a herringbone stitch or whatever you want to call it to join them. So it will make the ring a little smaller. Okay. right through the third time. Okay. Beautiful. I love this bracelet, guys. You're going to love this. It's a masterpiece. Alright, so again we're going to tie off. Same way. I'm going to start right here at the base where I finished my reinforcing. Starting off between the Gemduo and a seed bead. There's one. There's two. And pull that tight. Now to go through the Gemduo. Through there in the crystal, like so. I absolutely love this color, this pink color. It's a very soft rose colored. Alright, I am going to go through the Gemduo instead of tying a knot there because it's already difficult enough to get through it. So I'll tie my NX knot in the group of 3 there, where I'm at, because it'll be easy to get through those. So let's do it here. Yep. So there's 1 and 2, and pull. There's 2 knots. And into the Gemduo. This is the part that's kind of frustrating. Well, I don't know. I don't find it frustrating. It's just, it takes a little bit of magic. And that's just to wiggle your needle to come out of that Gemduo without busting anything. So, going here, 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 and unfortunately, I'm going to tie a knot here between the Gemduo and the seed bead, which I didn't want to do. Wrap it once and twice and pull. Alright, now I'm just going to run through some beads. As soon as I get through this, you can see at the bottom there, I never snagged anything. Go through these 3 and you can call it a day. Cut it off and burn it down and tuck it in and hold it. There you go. There's a beautiful summer royalty bracelet, and I'll be back with the next 3 tutorials. I'll be making a summer royalty pair of earrings, a summer royalty necklace, and a summer royalty ring. This will make a darling ring. I do have Stretch Magic coming in. I just don't have it in the shop yet, but there will be Stretch Magic for our ring. So that's it, guys. Look at how simple and easy using, I love the cup buttons. You guys know me and my cup buttons. I love them. Put that over. It fits perfect. My gosh, this bracelet is phenomenal. Absolutely stunning, stunning, stunning bracelet. So here's a slow turn of it. Look at this. Alright. Anyways, guys, everything I used in this is linked below in the Show More box. I have all the supplies that if you need to make it in these colors, you want to make it exactly like mine, have a look at the links below and grab yourself some beads. And I'll see you guys next week on the next video tutorial. Bye everyone. Have a great week.